I'm going to tell you something that might completely change how you see yourself. That feeling you call imposter syndrome, the one that makes you feel like a fraud, it is not a disorder. It is not a weakness. It is actually proof that you are growing. Stay with me, because once you understand this, you can never unsee it. What is imposter syndrome? It's that persistent feeling that you're not as capable as others think you are, that your success came from luck, not skill, that someday someone will look closely enough and expose you as a fraud. Researchers first identified this in the 1970s. And here's what's fascinating, they found it most often in high achievers, not in people doing nothing, not in people playing it safe, in people who were actually growing, taking on new challenges, stepping into something bigger than where they started. Think about that, friends. The people most likely to feel like frauds are the ones actually doing the work. Here's the thing. When you learned to walk as a child, you fell hundreds of times. Every single step felt uncertain. But nobody called that imposter syndrome. We called it learning. When you started your first job, your first relationship, your first creative project, everything was unfamiliar. And that feeling of, I don't know what I am doing, was not a sign that you didn't belong. It was a sign that you were a beginner at something new. Friends, this is where society gets it wrong. Society tells us that confidence should come before action. You should feel ready before you try. You should feel qualified before you apply. You should feel worthy before you begin. But that is backwards. Real confidence comes after action. After the failure, after the fear, after the trying anyway. The discomfort you feel when doing something new, that is your brain building new connections. That is growth in its most honest form. A Forbes article published just this week said something powerful. You're not experiencing imposter syndrome. You're expanding beyond your current identity. Read that again. You are not broken. You are expanding. Think of it like new shoes. When you first wear them, they pinch. They are uncomfortable. But nothing is wrong with the shoes. They just haven't adjusted to you yet. That is exactly what happens when you step into a bigger version of yourself, a new role, a new skill, a new responsibility. Of course, it feels uncomfortable. That's how expansion works. Here's the test. Ask yourself this question, is this discomfort because I am doing something wrong? Or is it because I am doing something new? If the answer is something new, that is not imposter syndrome. That is evolution. So how do you work with this feeling instead of against it? Three things, friends. First, rename it. Instead of I have imposter syndrome, say I am expanding. Those three words shift you from victim to grower. Second, look for evidence, not proof that you're a fraud. Your mind will always find that. Look for proof that you've done hard things before, because you have. Third, take the next step before you feel ready, because confidence is not a requirement for action. It is a result of it. Friends, here's what I want you to remember. The greatest people in history, writers, scientists, entrepreneurs, they all felt exactly what you are feeling. They felt like frauds. And they showed up anyway. That's the only difference between them and everyone else. Not talent, not luck. Just the choice to keep moving forward in spite of the doubt. So here's my question for you. In what area of your life are you calling yourself an imposter, when really you are just becoming someone new? Think about it and share it in the comments. I would genuinely love to know what you are growing into. If this thought struck a chord, hit the like button. It helps this message reach someone who needs it. And if you want more videos on unlocking your true potential, subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next one.